This is the easiest way for you to install Openclaw on your local PC for free. Yo, what's up, is your one and only Stotimon, and welcome to Clawmies, the channel that focuses on Claude Code, Hermes, and Openclaw, the ups, the downs, the do's, the don'ts, and the real truth that all the AI gurus are hiding from you. For the first step, we are going to be installing Ollama locally on your PC. You want to head to ollama.com and click on download. Once Ollama is downloaded and installed, you will open up a UI that looks kind of like this. And as you can see in the launch menu, they've got different launch commands that you can launch Claude Code, Codex, Hermes, Openclaw, OpenCode, Codex, Copilot, CLI, Droid, and Pi. Now you could just copy this and paste it into the terminal, and we'll get to that point. What we're looking for here is in the chat menu, you can see there's different models available. Now you could pull these models through Ollama in this way and test them in the chat terminal to see if they run on your PC. For now, we'll be sticking to free cloud models. So like we said, it's a free install for you. So what we're going to do is go to the settings menu. In the settings menu, you'll see I have a specific folder on my E drive. As you can see on my PC, I have a small C drive and larger G and E drives. So what I did with Ollama is set up my models folder to be on my E drive, which is Ollama models. You can create this folder wherever you want it. You can select the folder where you'd like to store your models for Ollama. I'll show you how to do this quickly. In the folder, you click the address bar and type command. And from here, you want to type in Ollama list. And as you can see, these are all the models that we have available to us. Now, some of these models are paywalled. We'll be giving you the free models. I'll put all the commands that you will need in the description as well. We'll be focusing on only the free models, right? So to pull a model, you would list Ollama, pull, and then the model name. Okay, so the command we're going to test with is Ollama pull quen 3.59 billion. And as you can see, it's pulling the manifest, it's downloading the file. Once the file is downloaded, you can actually run the file by using Ollama run and the model name. Since I have the 4 billion pulled, I'll run that and it will load the model. And then you can type a message like hi or yo, whatever message you want to test to make sure the model is running. The other way to do that is from Ollama itself. Choose the model here, pull it, and then type a message. Once it responds, you know the model is running on your PC. Now that Ollama is installed and running, our next step is to download Pinokio. You can use any one of these links to download the Pinokio launcher and install it on your PC. Once you have it installed, you launch the app. Yours will look like this, but you won't have any installed applications, right? Like with Ollama, I also set my Pinokio apps folder or downloads folder where I install all the applications to be on my E drive. And if you go to Pinokio API, you'll see these are all the applications we have installed through Pinokio. And it's a simple one-click install, which we'll go through right now. In order to find Openclaw, you will click on the Explore tab. In the address bar, type in Openclaw and enter. Now you will see a bunch of Openclaws here, right? I also have one of my installers there. Do not use that one. It is a little bit broken. What I would suggest is these 2 or 3 over here. They have better install, resets, uninstall, update scripts. So choose one of these. We'll install one of these right now. We'll click on the Claude bot. Okay, click on install. Install latest. All right, so after clicking install in Pinokio, you will get a menu like this. This is where you can save or change the name of the application of Openclaw. That's up to you what you choose. You want to click on download. It will go through the process of installing the application onto your PC in the directory that you choose. Be sure to set up the directory before you install the applications. Okay, once the application is installed through Pinokio, you will see it in your list of applications, and all you need to do is just click on the application and it will start up for you, right? Now, normally applications start and run. Sometimes you will need to start the application once you run it, but we are first going to go through the installation process, and this is the easiest way to get Openclaw for free on your PC. So far we've installed Ollama on the PC, we've pulled a model, we've installed Pinokio and installed Openclaw as an app in Pinokio. Right now, while it is installed as an app in Pinokio, we'll still need to install it itself. Pinokio has its own environment, so all the dependencies like Node.js and stuff will all be installed for you through Pinokio. So we're going to click on the install. Okay, as you can see, the installation process has run through. This is a fresh install. I do have it installed and running through Pinokio for myself. So this just basically updated it for me. You will now go to the onboarding process. In the onboarding process, you want to click yes. Next, we'll choose quick start, recommended. From here, I have my onboarding set up already, so yours will start fresh. We're going to review and update, so we'll go through each step with you. From here, I'm going to select my provider, which we set up as Ollama. So we'll look for Ollama in the list. Ollama local and cloud models. So if you do pull local and cloud models, you can use both of them through Ollama. Set the base URL. You can browse all models, the ones that you've pulled. There are 4 models that are free on Ollama. That is Gemma 431 billion cloud, the GLM 4.7 or 4.5, the Minimax 2.5 and 3. Minimax 3 M3, however, is heavy on usage tokens, and you will reach your rate limit very quickly when using M3. So for this setup, we're just going to be using Gemma 431 billion cloud. Next up, for your channels, how you want to speak to your agent aside from the web UI, I will be using or setting up Telegram. That's how I speak to my agents. So we got the Telegram bot API. In order to get your Telegram API token, you want to go to BotFather. You can search for BotFather. We do have a chat here. You want to use the command /new bot to create the bot, and then name your bot. After you name your bot, you'll get an API token. This is an old bot that we don't use anymore. I'll just collect this token here. You can find those in using my bots if you've created multiple bots and want to use one that you've already set up. From here, we already have our setup, so I'm not going to modify the settings. Or what you could do is, if you're going to click modify settings, enter the bot token. Since ours is there, what you're going to do is just paste your bot token for the fresh setup and onboarding. Ours is already configured, so I'll say yes. I don't want to change my bot token. Now, since I have a DuckDuckGo search experimental, if you don't have this, you can install it via your browser. I will select DuckDuck as my search. It is a free fallback, no API required. If you want to use different search browsers or search providers for your browser searching and stuff, you can set that up. I'm going to go with DuckDuckGo. Now for configure skills, we're going to say yes, but I'm going to skip for now. So enter space enter. Now you'll have your gateway service installed as well, and you'll just restart the service for all these changes to take effect, and you'll have a bot up and running that you can speak to in Telegram or the web UI. For now, I'm going to say skip. As you can see, here's a link to the web UI, which you can launch in your browser and be able to speak to your bot that way. The other reason why I prefer and like Pinokio is you can open up the dev tab and open up shell commands. And this is where you can run all your commands, from redoing onboarding if you need to, the doctor and doctor fix commands, any other commands related to Openclaw, you can run it in this terminal inside Pinokio. But once you have it inside Pinokio, you can actually run those commands through a command terminal through Windows or PowerShell through Windows. And as you can see, this is where I run mine, so I don't need Pinokio open all the time. And when it opens up the gateway service, you'll see the gateway will be running in its own PowerShell terminal. Do not close this terminal. You need that open for the gateway to run so you can speak to your bot. If you are having any issues with Openclaw, the first thing you want to start with is Ollama. Make sure Ollama is running. Make sure Ollama is running. If Ollama is running and you're not sure about it, what you can do is open up another command terminal or PowerShell and just click Ollama serve. And as you can see, our server is running currently, so we don't need it on that terminal. From there, you want to check your onboarding process. Make sure your provider and models are set correctly, your channels are set correctly, and that should solve all the issues that you're having. The only other issues you might be having is when you're finding an update, you may need to reinstall it. But we'll show you how to back up we'll show you how to back up all your files on a different folder structure on a unified brain for your agents. That way, whenever you updating or reinstalling your agent, you don't lose any files and you don't need to back those up specifically, because they'll already be backed up in your shared brain between your agents. The only other commands you might want to be running is the doctor, Openclaw doctor. So it is Openclaw doctor and Openclaw doctor fix -- fix. These are the two commands that will basically fix everything for you, fix your config files if they are broken, and then you can relaunch it.